I had a completely ordinary life. My parents had met when they were still at university, and they were crazy about each other. My little sister was obsessed with baking. I also had great friends, Tom and Tiffany. Together we would hang out at coffee shops and dream about college. Tiffany, who I'd known since kindergarten, would often stay at my place. We'd stay up all night talking about guys and watching stupid TV shows. Hi, my name is Carol, and nothing has ever overshadowed my life until I got this weird message on my phone. I hacked your phone. Meet me at the stadium at 4 o'clock. Come alone, or everyone will know your secrets, like the fact that you stole jeans from the store. My first reaction was denial. This is some kind of joke. It must have been Tiffany, the only one who knew about my embarrassing incident with the jeans. Then, a doubt arose. What if someone really hacked my phone? Then came fear. I was afraid that all my secrets would become a matter of public record. I wanted to go to my friends and ask them for help, but of course I went alone, probably out of pride. At the appointed time, I was standing outside the stadium. The team had already finished training and the field was empty. Then some guy showed up. He was wearing a black hoodie and his face was hidden under a hood. "What do you want?" I asked. "Wait, we'll get there," he said, looking down at his feet. "I have to go home, so I'll ask you again. What do you want?" "Just a little favor. But I want you to understand that you have two choices. One, help me out, and then I'll keep your secrets. And two..." Before the boy could finish his sentence, I walked up right to him and yanked the hood right off his head. "Simon?" I yelled. He blushed and looked away. "Okay, that's me, but that doesn't change the point." "Yes, it does. We take biology and math together. I once gave you $5 for breakfast and you never gave it back. And now you're blackmailing me." Whoa. Don't be dramatic. I just needed your help. "And if I say no, let's not talk about that. In fact, maybe you're bluffing." Simon pulled out his phone and showed on the screen my private messages that I had sent to Tiffany. "That's disgusting and illegal." "You shouldn't have left your phone in the locker room." "That's the women's locker room. How did you get in there?" "Accidentally. So, would you like to do me a little favor?" I sighed heavily and nodded. "Good," Simon said happily. "Isn't Tiffany your best friend?" "Yeah. What does she have to do with anything?" "I'd appreciate it if you could set us up sometime. I think Tiffany and I would be perfect together." "You do?" I knew, unlike Simon, that Tiffany had been in love with Tom for a long time. "Yes," he said nonchalantly. "Just help me make her fall in love with me." "Okay," I said through gritted teeth. "Cool." Simon was overjoyed and he began to dance stupidly. "Where do we start?" "First, stop dancing. You look like an idiot." The boy stopped. "Secondly, we have to do something about your clothes." We went to his house. But before that, Simon called his mom and told her a girl was coming over to see him. Mom obviously didn't believe it, but for the sake of decorum, she said, "Yeah, I didn't want to go, but I didn't want to embarrass myself." In high school, it was like a death sentence. "Come in," Simon said and pushed the door open to his room. It was a typical nerd's room, with posters of Star Wars and Terminator. "This is where the magic happens," he said with a theatrical wave of his hands. It was hard to believe. "Okay, show me your closet." He pulled out the drawers of clothes. I started my fashion revision. "This one's no good. This isn't either. This is offensive even." T-shirts with silly pictures and phrases flew around like snowflakes, and Simon barely had time to catch them. "It's my favorite," he said indignantly. "You see, Tiffany has certain taste, and she's not going to like it. They make you look like a 9-year-old fan of another stupid movie. Star Wars is a classic, and anyway, I want her to like me for who I am." Tough case. Tiffany definitely won't fall for a guy like that. My cloudless days in high school are gone. I have to think of something else. The next day when the bell rang and my friends and I gathered in the cafeteria, Tom leaned over to me and whispered, "Can we talk in private?" "Sure," I said, and we stepped aside. Tom was nervous and still couldn't get started. "What's the matter?" I asked. Listen, I was wondering, what if I asked Tiffany out on a date? No! I blurted out. No? I'm sorry to say this, but she's already seeing someone, an older guy. I think he's from the university. Tom's face was unreadable. All right, he said grimly and went back to his desk. God, I'm the devil. What's next? So that no one would know my secrets, I would disown my parents. I hoped that somehow everything would work itself out, but the next stage of helping Simon was waiting for me. Now, you need to find something in common. Simon listened as if I was giving a history lecture. Uncover the personality of Tiffany Holloway. Favorite author, Jane Austen. Favorite movie, Titanic. Favorite actor is Leonardo DiCaprio. Are you writing this down? Just in case, Simon said as he tucked the notebook into his back pocket. Okay, but it's weird. A couple of days later, Tiffany came up to me and complained. Simon is such a jerk. Is he? He's okay, I said a little too pretentiously. I am so sick of him making jokes about Titanic, and that his favorite writer was Jane Eyre. Is he messing with me? I had to change my strategy. Halloween was coming up, and I suggested that Simon come with us to Rosie's party. Cool, he responded. And what costume will Tiffany be wearing? Wonder Woman. Cool. Just pick something normal. Of course, he did exactly the opposite. What is wrong with you? Why? This is awesome. We'll be wearing the same costumes. I had completely lost my understanding of what motivates Simon. You don't really think dressing up as Wonder Woman is going to win Tiffany's heart? Of course I do. I had nothing to say to that. We went to the party. Really, Simon was walking a few feet behind because I didn't want anyone to see us together. When we got there, the party was in full swing. I thought you weren't coming. Tiffany told me when I got inside. Maybe I shouldn't have come. Here we are! Simon shouted, pushing through the crowd, laughing at him. Tiffany was so freaked out that he was wearing the same costume as her. She couldn't get a word in edgewise. It really suits me, right? Simon asked her. Yeah, Tiffany said as if she was dreaming, and then she left. I wanted to follow her example, but I didn't have time to. Where are you going? Simon asked, watching me as I slowly drifted away from him. What now? She was so excited to see the outfit I was wearing. Did you see it? Oh, I saw it. Poor Simon. I felt sorry for him. So? He insisted. Should I confess to her? Yes, you should confess. Girls like candor. I was desperate to get away from Simon, so I didn't think much about the consequences of what I'd said. It was like this. I was having fun with my friends. Simon was thinking hard about what he was going to say to Tiffany. Tiffany, meanwhile, was dancing with Tom. The climax of this comedy, though clearly a tragedy for Simon, came at a time when everyone was getting bored. Simon climbed onto the table, waited until everyone was quiet. Someone turned off the music, and there was silence in the living room. Then, Simon confessed his love for Tiffany in the most cringeworthy way possible. Toward the end, he even cried. I could see on Tiffany's face how uncomfortable she was with being here. Of course, she didn't reciprocate. So Simon, in the best rom-com tradition, ran off with tears in his eyes. At the time, I thought that was the end of my torment. I wasn't much of a pimp, but my hopes were not destined to come true. In the morning, I found a bunch of messages in my phone about my correspondence being leaked to the school gossip blog. I couldn't believe Simon had done it. Some of it was personal. Some of it was rather unflattering about certain classmates and teachers. Plus, everyone found out that I had cheated on my transfer exams, and the fact that I called Emmy a fatty. Simon picked the worst of it, and now I look like a real monster. Of course, there was endless mockery waiting for me at school. My flush was the highlight of the month. I even outdid Simon, who had embarrassed himself at the party. On top of that, Tom found out that Tiffany didn't have a boyfriend. In addition to my reputation, our friendship was cracked. At recess, I found that creep. Look, I didn't mean to, Simon said when he saw me coming. I wasn't myself, and before he could finish, I kicked him in the leg. The boy fell to the ground, writhing in pain. You deserved it. It didn't solve the problem, but it was nice to let my emotions out. A little later, the principal found out about my confession of cheating, and I had my SAT scores revoked. I had to retake the exams in the summer. And of course, all of this was told to my parents. I had a great mom and dad, but even for them, it was too much. Caroline, you're grounded until you take your exams. No parties or movies, Mom said during the family council. Well, now I had 3 things to do: get my friends back, pass my exams, and try to restore my reputation somehow. But how? The exams were both easy and difficult. All I had to do was study, but there was so much material that I spent most of my free time studying. As for Tiffany and Tom, the only thing I could do for them was arrange a perfect date, which they never asked each other out on. Guilty Simon was now my errand boy. He made reservations at a restaurant, bought a fancy bouquet, and under false pretenses, we lured my friends to the right place. I had my fingers crossed that everything would work out, and finally, I was starting to get lucky. Tom and Tiffany forgave me and finally confessed their feelings to each other. For the last case, Simon was useful, or rather his friend Trevor, the computer geek. With his help, we were able to hack the blog and delete all the information about me. This stopped the avalanche of rumors that were circulating about me. For example, that I had a hair transplant, even though I hadn't even written about it. I passed my exams that summer. The school had no more problems with me. Finally, after almost a year, the gossip stopped. And Simon, when he wasn't trying to blackmail me, was quite a nice guy. He still has terrible taste in clothes, though, and absolutely no sense of proportion when it comes to being in love. What would you do if someone found out your personal secrets and started blackmailing you? Write your answers in the comments, like the video, and share it with your friends.